Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the channel. We're going to be doing a little bit of Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. Just came out today on Steam and on PlayStation 5 and 4 and I believe also Xbox. So just a new release in general from Frogwares. They're a Ukrainian-based company. I've worked with them. They were nice enough to provide a key in advance for the game, and we're going to play it definitely here as early as we can. So given my internet, this is about as fast as it can happen with, doing the premiere video and then getting that uploaded and having to have that uploaded before we go live because it kills the upload bandwidth. So it's one of those challenges. Sometimes we go live at noon exactly. Other times we have to wait until like 1:30 to get these day of streams live. But yeah, as in the past, I've worked with Frogwares. They used to distribute their games through the platform I ran. And funny enough, if you go back, I guess it would be a few years, 10 years, something like that. These games were more of a hidden object game, or a hog, which you'd call them, where it's kind of like one of those things like you're given a picture to look at and it's like, it's part of a story. There's a storyline around it and you've got to like click on the cigarette lighter, the, painting on the corner, and then find like a trumpet or something like that, right? Whatever reasoning they would have had. That's the kind of games these were. And then they've evolved and definitely went more towards the, being a detective. And now it's somewhat, it's not open world. I know they say open world. I don't think it's open world necessarily, but they do say it's open world. They're a little bit more of a adventure, still trying to look in the area and find the spot where it wants you to check out. You can't just randomly walk into a building like, you might be able to in some kind of open world game and go wander around or something like that. You have specific things that you can interact with. So that's the kind of game this is. So we're going to definitely check that out. The other aspect of it is The Awakened, if I'm not mistaken, I think in 2006, they had made The Awakened, the original Awakened, which was a remaster, I think, of another game that they had. I forget how it worked. But this, I don't know if this is a true, this would be a remake then, in as far as I know, all aspects of it. But, we can definitely check that out. But there's a whole bunch of Sherlock games on Steam. You can find them all just by clicking on the link that's in the description. You can find this game on Steam page, and then just from there, click on the developer Frogwares up in the, I think it's the right-hand corner here, and you can, we'll find it here. Give me one sec. We'll find out their page. We'll just start here in a minute, because I know some people are watching the premiere and shifting over, and then other people might take some time. But Frogwares right here on the page, you can see how many, different, not all of these are Sherlock Holmes games, but a majority of them are. And if we look close enough, I think somewhere, The Awakened 2008. So I believe this was a remaster, and then now we're playing the remake of the game, as far as I know. Oh, sorry, I'm not even sharing that. My mistake. My mistake here. Give me one sec. Let me see. Steam. And we could have looked it up on here, but I've got the client up, so it's probably just as easy. But yeah, there's the original Awakened, and then, that was a remaster, and then this is the remake. And then obviously, as I said, you can, what's up with my screen now? It's not close enough or something like that. You can definitely play a majority of these on the Steam Deck. You just have to really worry about the controller configuration. That's the big thing. So let's go ahead and jump in the game, and we'll check it out and see what we think about it. I had a chance to play it. It's pretty good. They had a demo. They have a free demo, so you can actually check it out yourself if you want without buying it. But again, buying it on Steam, you have a 2-hour return policy. So if you don't like the game, you can return it and get a full refund, or they can, as you saw on my Steam page, I have credit because a game didn't run, so I had to go ahead and return it. And they'll give you Steam credit or just give you a refund completely on your credit card. Let's see. So yeah, nothing special about this game. It just fires up right away. It does have a controller configuration, so that's nice. There's already a gamepad layout and everything set up. And it is, you know, The Awakened is around like cosmic horror, Cthulhu mythos, H.P. Lovecraft, was it Howard Phillips Lovecraft? And, you know, there is going to be a warning here, an acknowledgement, not an acknowledgement, well, it is an acknowledgement, that, you know, H.P. Lovecraft had his own sense of thinking outside of his stories, and some of it flowed into his stories, so you may or may not, here it is, right? No, this isn't it, this is about seizures. You may or may not agree, well, probably most of the country, or most of the world won't agree with H.P. Lovecraft in certain instances about race. But that is part of, you know, what the stories are about and everything. So they definitely make that aware. And if you're offended by Lovecraft and all of, you know, his writings because of that, then this may not be the game for you. And then this is, you know, just a small statement that they started development after the war in Ukraine kicked off. So kudos to Frogwares for being able to work under that kind of a crazy scenario. Your country being bombed and destroyed, and you having to still have a job or, you know, escape and, you know, being able to work on projects to keep making money. Let's see. So I am, in my personal stance on it, as cosmic horror goes, I am a Lovecraft fan. As the stories go, I definitely recognize, like, there's instances that he says some things that are very controversial, would be the way to say it. He doesn't, you have to put it in the time perspective. It was long before the internet. You're talking about 100 years ago. People's worlds were much smaller than things like that, right? Like, it's not the wide world of what we have today where we're all connected and we work with each other. But as the stories go, and what he did for people that enjoyed those types of stories, like the cosmic horror, he gave this away for free. I mean, it's all open to anybody to create Lovecraft inspired materials, right? That's why Frogwares does it. That's why there's all these different games. There's no licensing done. It's IP that's available in the public sector kind of thing. And I think he always planned that. I believe if you look up his wiki, Lovecraft did keep this because he wanted people to write more within that Cthulhu, Eldritch horror, Lovecraft, you know, cosmic horror, however you want to look at Cthulhu mythos. He wanted people to write for that. So, and he didn't tell people how to write. So he wasn't, as far as I could see, wasn't trying to push that on others. Like, you have to believe what I believe. He just made the world available, and it's very interesting. If you like this kind of horror, you know, you definitely enjoy it. And they just had the Lovecraftian days, I think they called it, on Steam. So every game that had anything to do with Lovecraft or the cosmic horror kind of, you know, category, they were all on sale in most cases. So that's why you've seen a bunch of cosmic horror, Lovecraft inspired games on the channel in the recent couple days since last week. And then there's a few more I've got that are going to continue on, but this game is related to that, so it does have some of that. So let's see. Everything's on low, and again, this game just launched today. They haven't had a chance to, you know, optimize anything, but on low, everything seems to run fine. It'll run at 60 frames. If you put it up to medium, it starts to drop down into the 40s, 50s. We'll toy around with it a little bit. If you want to see any kind of settings, just yell them out in chat. We'll check them out, things like that. And again, welcome. So let's, I think I have it on the very young detective difficulty, because some of these puzzles can be a little crazy, like the way they want you to connect it and stuff like that. Let's just do a new game. This isn't too far from where the premiere was. You'll see slightly just some of the premiere stuff, but we'll speed through that because I was kind of walking around trying to show how the game looked and, you know, what the graphics looked like. But I'm a huge Sherlock fan as well. You can find all of the 1930s and 40s Sherlocks on YouTube. Go watch those if you really want to enjoy some Sherlock stuff from a time long gone. It's pretty cool to sit around and watch them. And there, I think it was Nigel Green. I forget who played in those Sherlock Holmes that are on YouTube that you can watch. I don't know if they're in the public domain. They were definitely done in the UK or at that time England. So I don't know how long ago that was. 1930s, 40s.
Can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days.
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Not too long of a little intro there. It seems a little dark to me. I'm going to turn up the brightness just slightly because it might be hard to see. And I've got these big bright lights right next to me as well, so that could be part of it. But it may be, most of the time, it seems like streams are a little bit darker. Is it Wii Video? Yes, or was it 3 Video? Welcome. Is there a 40 FPS lock option in settings or only standard 30? So there's standard 30 here in these settings, but you can force the Steam Deck, if you have one, to do a 40 frame per second lock. So if you just did it, if you have the Steam Deck, if you just put that on, then it, even if you have it set at 60 here in the game, it's only going to allow it to run at 40. So there is a frame lock on the device. This in the game is only 30, 60, or unlimited. I think it is. It's off, so it'd be unlimited. Yep. Let's see if we can't. What is it? Gamma? Is that what we're looking at? Right? They don't have any other. No, nothing else. Yeah, I think gamma is our only option. Oh, you do have a resolution quality. I guess I went right over that. So you could turn the resolution down to get better performance with higher. Oh, of course. Definitely. Thank you for stopping in, checking it out. So if we wanted to, we could drop the resolution quality down and we could probably raise these. Let's just see. You could see in the, what is it? The video we were just watching, kind of like the intro, that it was dropping to like 30, 35 frames. When you're running around the world on low settings, it's 60 frames per second. So obviously there's some optimization they need to work with there. But right now we're at 60. We've got everything set to medium. Once we get outside, it might be a little bit more taxing. But again, it ran pretty well on medium. I just didn't run it in the Premiere because most people want to see it run at 60. So that's what we were attempting to do. So here, we'll take a look. But this game's not action-based, really, so I don't think you have to worry. A lot of the game is voiced as well, which is nice. So this is basically talking through a Scandinavian diplomat, I think it was, went missing in London. So you obviously store these things. This is part of the game mechanic. Anything that he can highlight, you can rotate it, kind of like Resident Evil in that sense. And then you can, view it, and then it'll store it in your menu as something to reference.
That's good service.
And I think we've got like a little document here.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming.
very similar to like Resident Evil in that sense. But, you know, Resident Evil, I know a lot of people might not agree with this. Resident Evil is the same type of game. It's a puzzle game. You know, there you shoot zombies and you have limited ammo. It's still a puzzle game. It's how to get like point A to point B and figure out other puzzles within puzzles.
Life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope...
And when I say Resident Evil, I'm talking about the original Resident Evil, not necessarily today's Resident Evil, where it's some of them are a little bit similar, but then you had like Resident Evil 5 and 6, which were far more like just corridor shooter kind of things, third-person shooters. I think you have the ability to like look around. So if you like hit your LB, your left bumper, it'll highlight these little areas where you can then take a little bit of a look at it. If it's just relevant to the story, it'll zoom in. If it's kind of just random stuff that he can look at, he'll just kind of talk about it. Let's work our way out here now. I'll stop giving the play-by-play of how the game works. I do that a little too much. Rainy day. Oh, this is our menu, so we can obviously see the things that we had just looked at and our maps. We do have, so Frogwares was nice enough to give me the key. I think that unlocks all the different attire. So, do you plan on making videos about the recent Humble Bundle games like Life is Strange? Yes. So I already have Alien and Death Stranding as well as Rollerdrome up. I think that was one of them. Yeah. The Life is Strange 2 is coming here probably, is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow I have it scheduled. And then probably by Saturday, you'll have just like one whole video that covers all 8. But 4 of the 8 games are up. So half of them are up already. And I can definitely link them. But Death Stranding, Alien, Elite Force, is it Elite Force? What is that? Alien Fire Teams Elite. That one's already up on the channel. They've been up there for a couple months. But Rollerdrome is also up there. And I think I did... What was the other one? Ravita. Oh, Founder's Fortune. So there's only 3 that are missing, which are going up this week, and then Saturday will be kind of like the collage video. So yeah, they're all going up, definitely. As I was saying, I think Frogware sent over the Steam key that has all of the different outfits. That was the main thing. There was also pre-order outfits, I think, as well. So you can. There are instances where it's like, hey, you got to dress Sherlock Holmes up in a rain appropriate outfit, right? So you don your, oops, I think we got to don a hat too, it says. Doesn't it? Yeah, we got to put on a hat. Hang on. And we'll throw a top hat on. That doesn't look like Sherlock. That looks like Sherlock Holmes. We'll go with that. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Appreciate you watching. I do those. I mean, obviously, I talk about it every time we're on, but the channel definitely it's part of it's a Humble partner. So the channel's supported by Humble Bundle when you buy things. So if you can, use our links. If not, don't worry about it. And then you can adjust like whatever donation you want to give to charity. If you want to give it all to charity, things like that, you can do that even. So this is, kind of London during Sherlock Holmes time. And we got to go up here. We're looking for our trash bin. You do have a run. I don't know why it doesn't get that thing off the screen automatically once you put the hat on and the coat. But yeah, I'm glad that somebody gets something out of watching the Humble Bundle choice stuff every week or every month.
The cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool.
Deadly cactus spine. Never thought about an assassination tool. That's the first time.
Dr. Watson, the paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson, The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
So at any time you can kind of talk to Watson. I don't think he actually gives you much information to go on.
Do you even have enemies that would want to...
He just says random
Oh,
things.
perhaps from Cordona?
But yeah, we're pretty locked to 60 out here, which is good on medium. Let's talk to
Sorry,
our
Mr.
neighbor
Holmes,
boy.
I just sold my last paper.
Blast. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
Smart kid. What were the headlines
Any
today?
breaking news today?
The dog accident. It's the talk of the town.
Yes, yes. Besides the tripe on the front page, anything about burglaries?
I'm not sure, sir.
It's funny how direct he can be.
You're a bright
Holmes.
child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
We'll turn up the, you can see like the edge of his face.
Cool.
We'll turn up the resolutions, or the resolution here to see if we can get a little bit better. I don't mind it being locked at 6, especially for this game. It can be 30 for all I care. What do you do with the paper?
Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Tell me about the man.
Describe the man you saw.
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive, hence the appeal of disguises. Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
All right.
Mr. Holmes.
So let's,
Maybe I'll be your eyes and ears, if you have more shillings.
There you go. I think he always had I think Holmes in most of his books, or books and movies and all of that, I think he always had some kid that was like his, or a group of kids. I forget what they called them. But they were always his informants. Oh, no, we wanted to adjust the settings. Let's toy around with that for a sec. I don't like lowering. Let's keep the resolution up. And let's see what Epic looks like. Are we going to get locked at, or we won't be locked at 60, but will we be able to maintain 30? Because they do a good job. I mean, Frogwares, for these games, they do a good job making it look good. It's a different type of mechanic that you're playing around with. But they do make the cities and the fog and the characters and everything, the design look really nice. So we're at 40s. That's not bad. You could probably lock at 40. We're in an open area. It's not going to be much more open. This is like the open world, and I'll show you what I mean. It's not necessarily like Grand Theft Auto, right, where you can go like hundreds of miles. There's carriages that are in the way. Down the other way is like a horse cart that's toppled over you can't get past. You know, gates will be locked. But you can run around like a vicinity of, you know, this block, let's say. Something like that, right? So we'll run down here. There's gates that we can't go through, but we can see past. So they call it open world, but it's not really, right? Open world as you may know it. Right, there's the horse cart toppled over. You can't get past that. There's a horse cart in the middle of this alleyway. You can't go through there. Some of that opens up, but that's the extent. So these are the biggest probably areas, and you're well above 30. So I think yeah, we'll continue to try it on Epic and just see how it plays out. It could be when we're talking to some characters, it might be tough, right? Like doing some of that, it might drop down. We'll see what that looks like. Oh, they're on break because we need to go to the Barnes bookshop. Oh, the one thing you do is sometimes you have to actually play this, not mini game, but kind of go through the mind place. And you have I guess it would be through like Holmes's thinking and be able to like determine connections, right, in that sense. So we can see like, oh, it says, oh, there's a business card attached. Now that door will be open and we can go in Oh, sorry. I didn't connect it all the way. I think we had to go... That's the fast travel. No. How did I do that before? You actually have to connect it to each other. So there's that. We've heard the testimony. Oh, that's right. There's observations that you can do. And the newsboy's testimony. This will connect it. So then it says, hey, you got to go to the Barnes. I almost want to say Barnes and Noble, but you got to go to Mr. Barnes' bookshop to talk to him. And now, oh, amazingly, his door's open.
But he also has his scruples.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game.
All right, so let's talk to Mr. Barnes. And you do get a chance to kind of observe. You can, in some cases, you can talk to them directly, or you can observe them, and that's like Sherlock Holmes' secret power, right? Be able to kind of look up and down, size somebody up, find like specifics around their body, the way they hold themselves, things like that, like bags under their eyes, stuff like that. And it's just like a free roaming camera around their body. Oh. There we go. He's got some worn knees. Oh no, sore leg. Well, worn knees, sore leg, or whatever. What else? Oh, his hands are a little dirty. There we go. Yeah, that's running around 40, so... let's see. He's a blackmail victim, or he's a workaholic? I would say he's a workaholic. Then it just surmises kind of your character profile, right, in that sense.
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
Guy just randomly takes off.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes, now will you please...
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you coming.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It'll only take a moment.
Really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it a day later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes
Such a nice
doesn't
guy.
seem like himself. Why is he acting this way? You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out.
All right. So we have our superpower. Again, being able to look at... This is our second superpower, I guess. Deduction or observation's one of them, and then this is some kind of like sense of like objects to look at.
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Apologies, but I can't hear you.
Can't do that.
Back later.
The ladder is broken.
I do like that they voiced it. That's a nice little thing. Of like in a majority, when he's looking at something, he'll speak about it. Versus you having to read everything.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
Oh. And here's one of those ones. So what do we... So we're, in these instances where we've got to look through inventory, we're at 60. Or 50, sorry. Looks like 60.
Cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Exotic plants. Well, that was a cactus needle, right? So obviously he's interested in something that could affect us. Our investigation. Nothing there. Oh,
An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible. In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is.
oh, it's looking at somebody across. This is that woman.
Best view London has to offer.
I guess a beautiful woman's the finest view. So let's see. Go talk to her. Stand out in the rain and sell your flowers.
To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall. I should have worn something warmer.
All right, so take a look at these, I guess.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses.
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
I didn't know that. National emblem of the UK is flower is a rose.
I merely sell them.
Oh, look at that. Suspicious.
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Oh.
Familiar spine. Is this what I found in my dustbin?
I think I can picture some of this story already.
For your fancy, Mr. Holmes.
So, yeah, instead of just obviously talking right away, again, you can observe her, get a better look. Let's see. Wearing makeup. A mourning brooch honoring deceased husband. I didn't know they had those. Let's see. What else, lady? Clean boots. Luxury fabric. Unusual for work attire. Distant look. Avoids eye contact or distracted. Let's see. So she uses makeup to hide her tear-stained cheeks. Her dress is made from an expensive fabric, not suitable for outside work. Her shoes show no trace of mud. She must have changed them as she arrived. While she tries to bury her grief by dressing extravagantly, she still wears a mourning brooch in memory of her late husband. Her gaze is always staring off. Her gaze is always staring off into distance. Reveals her emotional detachment. Taken as a whole, one must conclude Miss Fleming is still reeling from the tragic loss. And then you can say, no, I see it this way. She's ready to move on. She's got, kind of her... So what's the ready to move on story? We'll just read that out really fast. Mrs. Fleming wears a mourning brooch in memory of her late husband. Her dress is made from expensive fabric. Shoes show no trace of mud. We've read that. Her eye contact constantly dart around the street, seemingly in search for something. Perhaps she's waiting for someone. Miss Fleming's cherish the memory of her departed husband. She's trying to move on, as suggested by her makeup and nice outfit. Perhaps she is dressing to attract someone's attention, or simply because she's learned to love herself again. So, SK, welcome. Is the Steam Deck worth it? 100%. It's a great device. So I'm going to say she's ready to move on. So let's see. Does that change? We've read all this. Yep. So it's like basically, okay, you're signing off on this profile for this character.
Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
Provide evidence. So he's kind of accusing her in this instance, but not really accusing her of something, but accusing. So he's got to prove like why that's right. So let's see. We have her character portrait. Nope.
Mr. Holmes.
How about roses for sale?
Afraid I
Nope.
can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
Ah, here we go.
What do you make of the flowers? in
She
Barnes
knows
Hall?
flowers. The guy's got flowers.
They could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right.
Aha. See? Let's see. So, since now she's looking at,
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
let's see if she talks
No,
about him.
Not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy. So we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached. But since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
Okay, let's see what else she knows about. There are several books about cryptology in Barnes's counter. I don't think that would be her. Cracked
One
pot.
of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
Okay, so I don't
People
think.
don't tend to come out for flowers.
Yeah, we can't talk to her
Perhaps I should
anymore.
try selling door to door.
So now we got to find our next course of action.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
Oh, I bet we didn't put a code on Watson. Oh, that's probably why. It's like, oh, you've still got something to do here. Okay, there. Watson's dressed correctly now. Oh, yeah, you can have, like, bruises. I don't know if everybody here watched, like, a lot of the Sherlock Holmes old movies. Maybe the newer ones. I never watched those. But, like, in his old movies, he's always dressing up as somebody with prosthetic, pieces on his face and stuff like that. It's kind of funny they added that in. Glasses. Okay. Oh, do I have to... What do I have to do to get that to disappear? I hate those sometimes, those indicators. I think you just have to maneuver it. No. There we go. Oh, you just have to clear them out. Whoops. There we go. I don't think he would wear a beard. Might have had a mustache. No, I don't think he ever did. Okay. And then what's over here still? Oh, another one of the mind paths that he's going through. So why is Barnes acting so strangely? Okay. Barnes' broken ladder, cryptology, books on Barnes, cracked cactus pot. Well, the little boy said that he heard something loud, right? Let's see if we can't match that up. Dead flowers on display. Newsboy's testimony. And strand is missing. Would that work? No. It's like, nope, you're not a good detective. Okay, let's, so why is Barnes acting so strangely? Maybe that's what we should address more. Okay, let's unpin that. Exotic plants. Oh, there we go. Nope. Let's back out 1 second. I've got to figure out why I can't, so the cracked cactus pot. Oh, I guess it must be something. It agrees with that, maybe. Miss Fleming. And then dead flowers on display. Yes. Miss Barnes is in love with Miss Fleming. There we go. Barnes displays a bouquet of dead flowers to attract. Why would you put dead flowers? For the dead husband? I don't know. That seems morbid. Barnes displays a bouquet of dead flowers to attract the attention of Miss Fleming, a florist. He may hope she will come by his shop and give him watering advice, or could simply be a symbol of his desperation. Barnes anonymously gifted her a cactus, which he ordered from a catalog on his counter. Questionable choice, but for Barnes, a symbol of his eternal love, since the catalog presents the cacti as immortal. Plainly, this is the same cactus he dropped, which the little boy heard, on the strand outside of Holmes's office or whatever. Now hear the full story. There we go. I think we got it figured out. Then it all adds up.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes. Make a mountain out of a molehill.
Mr. Barnes,
There we go.
I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
My paper was ruined, damn it.
Read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled. You ordered a cactus from the
pretty
plant
funny.
catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward passage.
Why do we have to go through this?
And when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
Just to make some guy feel like super awkward.
And prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
I do know what to do,
As
yeah.
for most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the obtruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
There we go. Finally got her damn paper. Okay. So today's issue of The Strand. Saltpeter explosion rocks docks. Locals of the Port of London had a rude awakening last night with a loud bang and thick red smoke disturbing the peace. Merchant ship Moskva had docked at Pier N3 in an early evening en route to Europe when it was rocked by several concussive explosions. The Port Authority is yet to comment on the incident, and it is unknown if any crew members were on board at the time. Eyewitnesses report seeing saltpeter leaking into the river, but with the area still off limits to the workers and the public, it may be some time before we have a full count of what transpired.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
Should I
let
talk?
me know if there's any way I can make it up to you. Tell you what, tomorrow's edition of The Strand is
It's
on me.
so worried about this newspaper. Okay, it looked like we didn't have all of it. So there might be something that we haven't talked about.
Enough of our meddling, Mr. Holmes. We best be off.
Okay. I think it's like you get a certain number, like say 50, and then you get X amount of like
An assassination
points for being correct as you go up. So you should be able to get 50 out of 50, ultimately.
Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No? Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story.
No, there's that woman down there.
Career, but
It's brilliant. Let's go.
oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
So, 44 of 50. Do we have to talk with her, or did we miss something?
Flowers. They will not bite unless you touch their thorns.
No, she's not. Huh. We must have missed, like, a couple items. Oh, there's the dog.
What's your name?
Lily, I know, not very original.
We might have missed a couple things, but still, ultimately, we got through the story. Next thing. So which way are we going? If we look at the map, we can probably figure that out. Senwick's Manor. Okay, that's to the left here, I think. This way. We'll go ahead and run. I don't know how much Sherlock Holmes ran, but we'll help now.
Not much further now.
There we go. Oh, here we go.
Is this loud? Because my application with Inspector Lockhart.
I don't know if the audio drops out on the stream or if it just drops out in my earphones.
I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone.
I hear it every once in a while.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. It's my superiors who made this decision.
Sergeant Ruffles. Other missing people, why won't you investigate?
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find him here breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. When life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
Let's see. Watson's just kind of walking around the background. Can you describe Camilla?
Tell me about Kim here.
Is foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen, and as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
That's how we just deal with things. I point at stuff. When did Camilla vanish?
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
Escaped?
May I
Is it
see
slavery?
his bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. Look, I'd miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
Had he run away before? Yeah, let's check that.
I take it this is the first time Kim here has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
Is there any reason Kim here may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
Cabbage?
Did Kim here make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No, no. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough.
Of course.
We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Good luck, buddy. All right. Oh, I thought we could go in the door. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's not open world where you can just kind of randomly go in to anything. It's not built that way. All right, so I guess we should do our superpower. This is a nice estate, though.
Why are you still here?
Oh, shut up. Let's see, would they have tea? Maybe we can only go in the back door. Damn, the place looks pretty rough in the back, doesn't it? Unkept grass, hedges, crap lying in the yard. Oh, maybe we gotta, oops. Uh-oh. Now, what does that mean?
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots.
Okay.
Chewing tobacco.
I don't know what the little green circle is here. It's almost like one of the mind deduction kind of things. Let's see. What else do we see here? Oh. Did we already look at that? Yeah, that's just the shoe print. I wonder if that's something like you should be able to look at it, but it's locked out right now. I think that's how they do some of the mysteries. By playing some of these other ones, I played like Devil's Daughter, I think it was, and a couple other ones. I think they lock out certain things until you kind of deduce up to a certain level, and then you can go back and revisit something, and like this will unlock, if I'm not mistaken. That's how that works. So didn't get all of it. Yeah, look at all the garbage and everything in the back of the house. Concentration helps you pick up smaller details around the world, or in the world around you, about the world around you. When you see a wavy green circle, which we just looked at, press RB to observe more closely. Oh. All right, let's go. Why did that come up? Let's go back here and do that one more time. There we go.
Looks like a knee print. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
With enough clues, Sherlock can use imagination to reconstruct the past. Press RB to see the imagination nodes. Okay. Oh, there it is. That's the node, right? How do I see it? Maybe we gotta stand back. Oh, maybe that's it. There's just... Oh, no, wait. Next. There we go. Oh, that's it. So it's just like a visual... Oh, wait. Here's another one. It just disappeared. It's because Watson's standing there, probably. It's like, dude, get out of the way. I saw another one there. Or was this... Okay, there it is. Watson, move. I think now I'm focused on Watson. Get out of here, man. Move. Okay, there's Kimmy. This guy is just not leaving his spot there. What if we go this way? Well, maybe it's not anything that we can actually interact with, because it doesn't give me a... Like, if I step too close to it, it disappears. If I step back, it's there, but it gives me no key to like, check on or click on. Let's go check out his hut. His house. Looks like a hut. Come here, shack. Can't even live in the nice house. They put him out here.
Clothes made of hessian. Is Sten really so miserly?
Oh, here we go.
Is this a taniwha, a Maori water spirit, or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
No air coming through it.
Oh, we get to look around here. Check out some bones.
The remains of a meal.
Some ashes. Start digging through everything. Oh, what else? What else? There we go.
A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, an narcotic.
Well, that would make sense. Opioids are like pretty popular, right? Back then. Oh, today even, but... Okay. So that's it. You just kind of see him. Oh, see, there's another one, but there's nothing... So I guess that one we can't see it yet. We don't have enough to go on. That's what it is. Okay.
No
Yeah.
air coming through it. No air coming through it.
Okay, so we saw that. Let's look at our rest of our stuff. Musical instrument. Oh,
A Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called.
a nose flute. Oh, looks like a picture in it.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
What else?
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an
Nope.
impact.
It's the
Someone
same
hit their
thing.
head here.
I don't see anything else. Let's try to do this then. Nope. All we get is that thing right there. That, like, imprint. I don't see anything else. Nothing there. It, like, only allows you to move in, like, some kind of circle. Okay, we'll exit that. What else? Like I said, yeah, there's no action in the game, so, or if there is, it's going to be little.
A scrap of hessian.
Okay.
These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
Okay, maybe now we can get our second clue here. If we look at those boxes, nope. Still won't allow you to look at the boxes. Maybe it's something we have to look in a combination of. Nope. Does Watson have anything?
Servant live in a tool shed.
It always bugs me when you can't find 100% of the stuff. What could we missed? There's just nothing here.
Impressive. The sack
Yeah.
of grain retained the shape
Same
of an
thing.
impact.
Okay, well,
Someone hit their head here.
what else can we look at? That's it. Still look at that thing. Nothing over here. Oh, let's go out and look at the painting. How's that sound? Can we get back there? Yep. Uh-oh.
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
Well, we got something else to go on.
Do you think Kimmy here had an accomplice in his escape?
I don't think he escaped at all. I think somebody took him. Did that change this now?
Coming through it.
Well, I guess I just put the damn thing back in.
A Maori water spout.
I really want to find this. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is a parsnips class or whatever they call it.
Spyglass.
2 evidence updated. Okay, did that change anything here? Yes, did. Ooh. Well, if he fell backwards, how did his face implant? I guess he swung around. So it looks like that there's a second thing, but we may have to find more information on it. Or just Watson continues to walk directly in front of everything that we look at. Okay. So we saw that. Oh, back door. Oh, wait, no, here we go. Wheel tracks.
Tracks. They seem fresh. This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
A lock with an unusual keyhole. Oh, you can pin things to the top. Okay. So maybe we need to go talk now with our guy again. Yeah, because there's nothing more back here unless Holmes can see something new. Or wait, maybe Watson.
Yes, Denwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please try to remain
Yep.
courteous.
I think we gotta go talk to him. Yeah, we're still running like right around 40. So I think you probably could lock this to 40. It would drop down to 30, but it would not go higher. And that way you can keep that battery down. I don't know how much difference that would make it. Providence evident. Provide evidence. Providence. All right, so here's where we get to show some stuff. Parallel tracks. Kimmy Shack.
Where on earth are you going with this?
Nope. Oh,
Is
spyglass.
this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
How about the key?
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
A trail and okay.
Joking. Why would I know this?
No.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent. Where on earth are you going with this?
Okay, none of that is useful for that guy.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack.
So that must be the
Are
different
they
colors.
Kimahir's?
Yes, I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting. I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
Yeah, like these gray one or orange or whatever.
Do you happen to
Nope,
know Kimahir's
didn't really
shoes?
matter.
I wouldn't have the foggiest, but I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
Let's see.
Has Kimmer here ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimihia's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco.
Okay. Didn't get much.
His disappearance is intriguing, no? I cannot make head nor tail of it.
Okay. Let's go back this way. Oh, now there's some things that have opened up. So more of that is filled in. What's he doing? Or what's this thing doing? It's just like a doll. Like a puppet. Nope, we've already done that. Huh. Okay. Let's go and see if anything else has changed. Now it changes to like this puppet mannequin. Huh. Oh. Now change back. Oh, out there. What's this? We got to go outside. Oh, wait. Is it from different angles? Watson, I know you're behind me. And now you're in front of me. There it is. So this is the third thing. Oh, now it makes more sense. So, is it Camilla? Camilla was being dragged. This guy fell over. Okay. Now, let's see what this was going on. What was going on out here? Got it. So, Camilla wasn't doing the opioid or using the opioid. It was dropped in, plugged up, and then it smoked him out, made him pass out. He was drugged. The guy tripped over. That was dragging him, fell into that. And then this over here was the guy watching for the moment to strike or whatever. And he had the spyglass. So the spyglass was not Camilla's. It was whoever took him. Interesting. Okay, cool. Now it's all coming together. So we need to probably do the mind's eye thing. Not for that. Okay. So, chewing tobacco and the spyglass were the same guy that took him. Let's see if this is right. Nope. Damn. Footprints in Captain Cedric's garden. Oh, did I lose 2 items? Because I made a wrong deduction or whatever. I think that might have been it. Okay, that one was correct. But now we've lost something. So I think that's what happens. Like if we make a wrong deduction, we lose those items. Excuse me. Cloth and chimney. We can't unpin that. Huh. Let's look at that real fast. So we've done those things. Pinned evidence. Pinned evidence with that. Can we unpin it? What I'd like to do is get that stuff back. Unpin. There we go. Okay, nope. What the hell would Barnes have to do with it? Nothing. Yeah, I think there has to be some component to it like that. Because these were the testimonials, observations, items. And we can't unpin that one. We can't pin that or that. But yeah, I don't think we get... We can't seem to, like, make the connection. Although I thought we were on the right trail. Oh, maybe we got to reset everything? And then we can add that back into our amount of knowledge. I don't know. Let's see. So does that give us anything back? No. It's kind of like lost forever then. For some reason, if we use those clues, we can't use them again.
This disappearance is intriguing, though. I cannot make head nor tail of it.
Okay, we're going... Oh, wait. Pin. Oh, that's the stuff if you want to pin to the screen. Sorry. Let's see. So they're dragging him in. We've seen all these. There we go. We initially thought that he fell himself. We found out it was actually somebody different that fell, and that it was the guy that was pulling Camilla. Okay. And then over here, we thought he was doing drugs. Then we find out somebody puts the drugs in the chimney and plugs it up, and then that knocks him out. Okay. We know how that happened. But why can't we put it together? Pin evidence. So unpin. Pin. Oh, and then it unpins everything else. I'm trying to see like how we can close the spyglass. Okay, so now that's pinned. Does that put that back in our... Yes, so that's how we do it. Okay, so spyglass. I guess we leave this strand paper. I don't know. Okay, and then Stenwick's Garden. No. Unless the strand has something to do with this and I'm not seeing the connection here. We still need a blue item. Okay, let's look back at our notes. Blue item. Spyglass, chewing tobacco, clothes, or the string. Okay, let's do this. Pin that. And now go over here and look at the Resident Evil eye. So, it's not there. Did we not pin it? Unpin evidence. Oh, wait, no, that's the one already selected. So we only have 3 items. The clothes? I don't know, that seems like... I thought we tried that. Okay. And items. Yeah, I thought that when we selected that... Okay, so that's been pinned. I keep jumping out of it every time. We don't have to exit out every time. Yeah, it doesn't show up here. So the spyglass does, though. Why is that? Oh, it didn't show up that time. Well, let's read it. I guess maybe Port Authority is yet to comment on that. The leaks. Explosion. There was nothing really. It's just like highlighted in green. That's it. And we can't select any of this. We've already finished this thing up. Right? Like, these are done. It's not going to be any of this stuff stopping us. So I guess we've chosen one item right, is what it's saying. Pin evidence. Cloth in chimney. Can we choose that? I'm just trying to get an understanding of like why we can't choose the other stuff. Command shack. And then you can't choose anything else. So whatever that is, it's wrong. Is how I take that. So we need another blue item, though, is what it looks like. But these are all we have to work with. What does that little icon mean? Pin evidence. Okay. Yeah, it still doesn't give you the ability to add it in, which makes sense because it's not the right color. Let's read the help again. This icon, okay, so in each chapter, questions will arise in the course of the investigation. Questions are shown in the mind place. Answer all questions to progress to the next chapter. This icon on the HUD notifies you when there are new questions to be answered in Mind Palace, or when you have enough evidence to answer one question. Press your start to get into the casebook and navigate the Mind Place. In the Mind Place tab, select the question you want to answer. After selecting a question, try to answer it by linking the relevant evidence. All evidence is broken into 3 categories. Oh, okay. So we're trying to answer the question of the strand right now. We're not trying to answer the actual one, but you can't unlink it. Okay. You have to answer what it is. So we want to unpin that. So the strand was about the port. But we haven't seen anything, and we're not able to unlink it right now. And none of the information that we have has anything to do with that. That's why I'm thinking we've done something out of order. Because we can't go further then. Okay, is there anything over here we need to look at again?
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
It's almost like we're trying to answer something that we haven't gotten to yet. And for some reason, I can't unpin that to be able to go back and answer one of the other questions. There's nothing about him.
If you find my man, I have a marvelous whiskey with your name on it.
We may have to leave. Maybe we go back to our office. Because there's nothing here that we can investigate further.
This disappearance is intriguing, no? I cannot make head nor tail.
Well, maybe if we go back around the house? Maybe that's it. If we can go back to the other... Nope. See, they've got a horse blocking here or something. We can't get back there. What other areas? So we have Baker Street, which is our address. Stenwick's. Let's go back to Baker Street really fast. Let's see. Maybe there's something back there that would answer that question. Nothing in here. I wonder, Could it have been another thing from Barnes Bookshop? Oh, we must have to be outside to fast travel. Maybe there's something we didn't
Copy of the Strand here.
maybe there's something we didn't answer from that that's we're kind of stuck on. Okay. Oh, maybe we need to talk to this guy.
Okay, not just tomorrow. A whole week's worth. How does that sound?
It's not really what we wanted. No.
You're right, I could do more. Next time you move house, I'll be there to help. I'm great with boxes.
Okay.
And feel free to consult my books whenever you like. I could be an asset in one of your investigations. And feel free to consult my
Okay, so
books
now
whenever you like.
he's out of his stuff.
Be an asset.
What does that show on the map? It still shows like a little like
Your investigation.
icon.
This disappearance is intriguing. No, I cannot make head nor tail of it.
And there's nothing else here, and we've ran out of his dialogue options. Oh, maybe we use his dog. No. Okay, nothing else here. Did that change our... No. It still has it stuck on this thing, which is the strand. It has nothing to do with the disappearance, as far as I can tell. Huh. Okay. And there's nothing here other than her, which we've talked to already. Actually, we can go this way. Does this lead to the back of his house? That would be great. Because there's the back of his house, I think, but we can't get to it. And what would lead us here to look around anyhow? Some shady guy with a knife? Still don't see anything. I was thinking, well, maybe we could get to the back of the house this way. All right, let's go back. It seems to me that they want us to figure out something that the Strand had to say for whatever reason. Because, yeah, this guy... Nothing that we haven't asked him.
This dreary rain is making a miserable day even worse.
And there was nothing we haven't looked at back here. We see our 3 that we've already seen. Yep. Yep. Huh. So that's why I thought, okay, the next thing to do is to piece the story together. Oh, that flute.
Clothes made of Hessian. Is Sten really so miserly?
I was wondering, since he said that Camilla had a set of keys,
Is Sten really so
maybe the
miserly?
keys would be here. To open that gate. Nope. So then it's really just left to this. Huh. And you can't select anything else. I'm just going to start randomly trying things because we're obviously not able to move forward. Okay. Give me a shack. These are a different color, so you can't grab those. And you can't select anything else to go with that. Huh. Unpin. It seems like it's stuck. That's it does. Like there's no other thing. It took every other option away. I wonder if we can load back to another save. We haven't really saved anything, but Baker Street. Which is the one that's the most current? 1502. So that would have been 1447. Let's load back to that. I know we've been at this a bit, so. Okay, what do we have access to then? Nope. We have to load back further. So 1436. So 236. Let's see. I think this still is not far enough. Oh no, there we go. Okay. Okay, we don't want to choose the strand. So, chewing tobacco, the spyglass, and the footprints. And then it just takes them away. That's why out of there, go to this one. Close. Oh, but let's, before we choose the strand again, let's go back into here. Chewing tobacco, close, the strand, spyglass. I know I'm stuck on this spyglass, but I'm wondering, like, how this works. So, okay, now the spyglass is back. Okay, what about the close? Oh, wait, no. Okay, what about... We did footprints in Stenwick's garden, I think. What about tobacco, spyglass, and then clues in... Stenwick's garden. No. And then they disappear again. Okay, character a lock with unusual keyhole. God, I don't get it. Like, this is... So we have 3 blue items. Clothes, spyglass, what the strand has to, I don't know. I still don't get that. Spyglass, chewing tobacco, and clothes. Cloth in the chimney, clues in Stenwick's garden. Trail in Stenwick's garden. Oh, we can zoom in on that. And it's got like 3 other, so it's got like a pin, it's got like an eye, and it's got like a dialogue box. Is that because I've seen it and I pinned it and I talked to him about it? That's where I don't get. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's go a lock with an unusual key. You can't do testimony. But we don't have the right things pinned. Let's try these 2. Yeah, it doesn't come up. And it says like it just locks onto the strand. So I guess it must do that. I guess that must be part of it. But then it doesn't allow us to put any of the other items back in. So we're missing something. Pin again. Yeah, that's it. So there's something we haven't found. Huh. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe we've gotten a little bit through it.
I will not be long, Captain.
So maybe what we need to do is pin something, and then we can talk to him about it. Footprints in... Okay. This may unlock it then. Okay.
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest. But I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters.
No, we already talked to him about these.
Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
That's right. We already talked to him about this stuff.
Are you joking?
Yeah, I was going to say. It would have nothing to do with him.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
And we walked through all of these.
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahirs?
Yes. I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
He always wore clothes made of sacks. Okay.
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco.
And that's how we opened up the other ones for like the focus part of it. That's what these were.
I would have known if he used tobacco.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
Well, then we can't... Okay, 4 evidence updated, which... Well, we got even more that time. Behind the statue are shoes roughly came from a workman's boot. It's very tall, strong. Yeah, and then it just gives us this thing again. Is there something we're missing on the ground, maybe? Oh. I'm trying to see if there's anything we're missing on the ground either. Huh. We've talked to Watson.
Yes, Denwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please, try to remain courteous.
We've kind of looked at everything, though.
No air coming through it. Is this a tanning
Looked at
bar, a
that.
water spoon, or something else?
I don't think we've unlocked anything new to look at. Trail in there. Fresh parallel tracks in the garden. What could have left them? What haven't we looked at? Huh. And we can zoom in on this. And we've already looked at all of these. We've got all those clues. There's nothing else we can add in. Maybe the answer, maybe it's like you got to leave this area, which we already have done. There's nothing over here. Or here. Can we talk about the lock again?
If you find my map,
Nope.
I have a marvelous whiskey with your name on it. This dreary rain is making a miserable day even worse.
Can't go in the house. No. Can we go find the cop? Nope. Yeah, I don't really know what else we're supposed to look for. A workman's boot. These guys. I haven't talked to them yet.
Could you help me?
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
Can't answer a question. Oh, maybe do I have to find a way to talk to them? No.
Help me, please.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Oh, the horse is standing now. It was laying down. I don't know what that means. I don't think we can talk to these folks. Nope, they're out of range.
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, sir. Can't help you.
We're just kind of stuck here.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I wish I could help you, but I don't know.
Huh. Nobody can answer anything, and I don't know what we have to answer. Maybe the kid can answer. I don't know why. Because it's something about the strand, and that's what he sells, so... Let's talk to
May
her.
I ask for your assistance?
I wish I could help you, but I don't know.
She's crying, but she doesn't sound like it.
Get the strand. Get your copy of the strand here. I'll stand watch, just in case the strange man comes back. Why don't you give me another shilling now? Because I'm sure I'll spot something else soon. No?
Boy, kid's all about the money. Oh, these are workmen. But you can't get to them. Oh, how about the pub?
Is this familiar to you?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Can I ask you a question?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
What is he? Is it because I'm showing this thing?
Are you able to help me?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know
No,
nothing
I don't know. That's why I'm wondering if you pin something, is that what you're going to ask somebody? So, oh, you know what? Let's do this. So if we're going to go back, if we're going to try to figure that out. Here's shack, cloth in the chimney, footprints. The strand. Okay. If I talk to the kid, is he going to give me some response about the strand because I have that pinned?
Earlier the other day when I was delivering papers, I heard noises from your apartment. It sounded like the doctor was yelling in his sleep.
Mark Carne-Bori, thank you for the subscribe. We're kind of at a point where we're stuck, so...
Get your copy of the strand here.
Okay, what if I ask him about...
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
No, I don't think it has to do with this.
My boss pays by the
No,
hour.
he answers, no matter what I pin, he answers the same thing. Okay, so that doesn't make a difference. This gentleman, he has nothing to say, probably.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
May I ask for your assistance?
No, I don't know anything about that.
What is he saying he doesn't know about?
Help me, please.
Oh, if only I could help you with this.
Get out of the way, lady. Just knock her over.
Help me, please.
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
I can't figure it out. I can't figure out how to progress this any further.
Are you stupid, Mr. Holmes? Stop loitering and go and do your job.
This disappearance is intriguing, no? I cannot make head nor tail of it.
Yeah, neither can I. Huh. Then we get the key, the indicator. Justin, welcome. Can you bribe them? No, I don't think it gives you. There's no items that I have that I can see. Because this is it. We have like information that we're walking around with, and we have these. The Mind Palace. Is there anything I'm missing? No, I thought maybe I'm standing over or sitting over top of something. We've done these. These are completed. There's nothing more. So this is where you determine the logic or whatever of the clues that you have. So then you can flip through it. So you have like items, observations, and documents and testimony. But I can't select any of these, and I'm basing it that I need to color coordinate stuff. So where does Kamiya's trail lead? And it chose the strand, or well, we kind of worked it out that it was a strand, but you need kind of like another blue item, another item to add into it, I guess. Because I can't add more things together. Trail and captains, so this would be one of them. And a lock with an unusual key, but I can't select that. I can't select anything else to be added into here because I've already kind of chosen what I take as the, you know, the tan item. But I can't find anything, and I don't know why the strand is selected here. Why it's like saying that's a green one. That one's approved or like correct. It just, and then it removes the blue item. And it removes the trail. Okay, the lock. And I can't seem to select anything else. Nope. And it removes them. Footprints. Close it. That wouldn't make any sense to me. So, but it's the only options that I have to choose from. The Strand, Sedgwick Mansion. And then I have no other things to choose from here. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Oh, and I got a couple more outfits, I guess. Cordona. Oh, yeah, they asked about, or talked about Cordona. Do I have to change outfits? That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. Not really making a lot of sense. And then there's nothing more that we can find back here. Already looked at all those. We have them all unlocked. I think they're at max right now. everything led this way. Out that door, but we can't get him to talk about the door.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
And he said that, well, him and his servant, Camilla, have the keys. There's no key back here. I kind of thought, well, there'd be keys in the pockets or in the clothes.
Clothes made of hessian. This didn't really surmise it.
This disappearance is intriguing, no? I cannot make head nor
And he makes no additional information. Is there something we missed? No?
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
There's nothing else to look at in here that we haven't already seen, so.
A scrap of hessian.
I remember these games. They were particularly, like, the other ones have been particularly hard, but other ones, like the Devil's Daughter one, I made it through without too much trouble. And this is on easy as far as I know, right? Bonus. Oh, these are things you can unlock. I mean, can they just give me the answers? Master of Deduction. Okay, so this is the hardest level. Mycroft allows you to customize that. Challenging and normal are it. He can lockpick? Yeah, but I mean, like, we're on the easiest level. There's no lockpick thing here. Option, because I was thinking, well, maybe that's it.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Yeah, no. There's nothing that we can choose.
It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
And the old guy won't give us the key, which is the way that it goes. Okay, let's go back. We found this already. Found the footprints. The knee print, the boot. The tobacco. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing like any additional information that we haven't unlocked yet. But we still can't get this part. It's still stuck on that strand, which is talking about a story of a ship exploding, which has nothing to do with what we're actually... I mean, it might, but it's not specific to the item that we're looking at right now. And there's nothing... Captain Sedgwick does not recognize the object. He's never seen the spyglass. If we pin it, though... Whoops. I think we can then see it again in this option. Nope. It's not there. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, for being easy, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's...
Are you stupid, Mr. Holmes?
That's not nice.
Go and do your job. Are you stupid?
No, I'm just trying to see again. You need to provide evidence, but...
Go and do your job.
Pin evidence.
Are you stupid,
Nope.
Mr. Holmes? loitering. Go and do your job.
And there's nothing up front. Right? We didn't miss anything. Nope. I was thinking, well, maybe if we caught the policeman, but he's not around. It's Recall, yeah, it's actually performing just fine. I mean, for this type of game, it's not going to have any issues. I mean, obviously, we've talked about it. It was not necessarily doing locked 60 on Epic, but in terms of like performance, it'll play more than 30, which is just fine for this game. But the game is a little difficult. It's like one of those things. It's not a difficult. I mean, they're difficult games, but in the idea of like we've got to find all the clues and everything, it's not super difficult. But for some reason, we're just locked in this one part of it that we can't figure out. I can't figure it out. But I've liked all of the Sherlock Holmes games in the past. We've been down here, nobody can help us. We went back to Baker Street, our office, nobody can help us. We went back to the other place that was unlocked, nobody could help us. I'm just going to take a look really fast. I want to see something. Let me look on Steam in the discussion boards. I'm not trying to like use it to where we can get all the answers, but I'm just curious if anybody else has gotten to this point. Let's see, Sherlock. And that's the other good thing if you're new to Steam, which I know some people that are new to the Steam Deck or newer to Steam, they have a ton of things like discussion boards, everything you can find. And usually the last thing I want to do is jump to conclusions that something's off, but being on easy and there's nothing telling me to move to the next thing, I don't understand how we haven't ran into it. Let's see. So discussions. Is evidence supposed to disappear in Mind Palace? Okay, so that's not really an issue. Seems to be working there. What is this? This is, what are we looking at? The Viscera cleanup. Do you think you'll ever try out? Welcome. Is it Chimi-chan? Do you think you'll ever try out Viscera cleanup detail at all? I don't know. I haven't looked at that one yet. So, Stenwick. Let's see if we can find anything on Stenwick here. No. Guides. Nobody's gotten anything yet, right? I'm just looking to see if we can find out how we can get past this part, because it's kind of boring when you're just stuck and it doesn't seem to be... We've looked at that. Okay. There is a guide on Steam already, which is good. So this is what we want. Perform the following steps. Yep, we've talked with Stenwick and the police guy. We've seen the tobacco. Yep. Cart tracks. Yep. Investigated the back door. Yep. Find the place where somebody fell. Yep, we saw that. Telescope, or not telescope, the spyglass is what they're talking about. Find the brazier with opium. Oh, the brazier, which is the fireplace with the opium. Find the tub on the other side with footprints underneath of it. Okay, there is something that we must have missed. Give me one sec. I mean, we looked over everything in the back. Hey, Justin, thank you. Yeah, no, I understand. It's late your time. Definitely appreciate you stopping in. We're going to play a little bit more of this so I can at least see what else we can get. Oh, is that the thing? What? This little thing? This might be what we were missing. I can't see why that is. It's not giving us any indication. Because it mentions... Find a tub on the other side with footprints underneath. Is it the other side of the shack? I mean, can we look over the wall? Can we clip over the wall and see what it's talking about? Because I see a tub. That would be like a basin or a tub. We found everything there.
No air coming through it.
I don't see any footprints, or we're not picking them up. We see this is where they were dragged. So find the tub on the other side, footprints underneath. What tub are they talking about? I would have figured that's a tub right there. Or am I reading that wrong? Oh no, find the tube on the other side. That was the chimney tube I think they were talking about. That's what they were talking about, was the tube here. Sorry. Not tub. But that we found that. And they're saying something about footprints. I don't see any footprints. At least not out here. It's not what I'm reading, it's not popping something that we need here that then we take to Stenwick. Because we've done the imagination scenes. Oh, maybe it's something like... Now we go back and we look at the footprints while the imagination scene is there. Maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. No. Because it says find the footprints underneath the tube and then go back and talk to Stenwick. There's no footprints under the tube. So we would go back and talk to the guy up here. But I don't think this is right. It doesn't seem to be. We're stuck. It's nothing outside of this. Let's just say that.
You stupid, Mr. Holmes. Stop loitering and go and do your job.
What a rude guy. Okay. Then...
Are you stupid, Mr.
No.
Holmes?
Footprints. Pin evidence.
Loitering and go and do your job. Are you stupid, Mr. Holmes? Stop loitering and go and do your job. Are you stupid?
We've already asked him about footprints and he said nothing about it. So he needs, essentially what has to happen
Go
here
and do your job.
is he needs to give us a key, but he's not giving us the key. And something, I don't know. I don't want to say like the game's broke or something is out of order, but I'm looking at the guide. The guide's saying, here are the steps. We've done all of the steps. We've talked to the guy, and he's not giving us the key. Huh. Unfortunate.
Stupid, Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Loitering and go and do your job.
This disappearance is intriguing, no? I cannot...
Neither one.
Are you stupid, Mr. Holmes? Stop loitering and go and do your job.
I need the key. He won't give us the key.
Stop loitering. Go and do your job.
Yeah, because we've already done all of that, and then we're supposed to come back and talk to him. It just wants to jump to this. Even if we go back... Let's do that again. Let's go back. Let's load another save. We'll go back to like, wasn't it like, it was a while ago. It was like, was it this one? Okay. Yes. So we've got a dialogue choice. Nope.
Why are you still here?
I think the game is, something's up. Because there's not, we've done everything that says here. And there's nothing, it's not going to the next stage. Okay, so I went to like even further back. This is before we started our investigation. I think we've just finished up with what's his name.
Let me know if there's any way I can make it up to you. Tell you what, tomorrow's edition.
Let's run through his. We're going to try doing it again from here because it won't take long, but
Not just tomorrow, a whole week's worth. How does that sound?
let's run through all of his entire stuff.
Next time you move house, I'll be there to help. I'm great with boxes. And feel free to consult my books whenever you like. I could be an asset in one of your investigations.
Okay, so that was his full dialogue. Let's we're gonna follow the guide exactly.
Well, that was an utter waste of time. An assassination.
We're gonna go talk to the policeman and Stenwick and all that again.
Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No? Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
Oh, I was wondering what was in the way.
Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But
it's brilliant.
That's funny that Watson is like, he writes stories about all of what Sherlock Holmes does. Okay, so we didn't get everything there, but I don't think it's really, it doesn't matter that we didn't get everything for that.
not much further now.
Oh, Watson leaped in time. Okay, let's talk to these guys. So this is the first step.
Inspector Lockhart. Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen.
Essentially, it says don't do any of the imagination stuff until you've seen everything.
Consulting detective,
So we'll do that.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. It's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Okay. Why won't you investigate other missing people?
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. When life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find him here breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his...
Just kind of move forward here. Okay. Where does he live? We'll just...
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
Is there any reason Kimmy here may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment.
Okay, we've heard all this. Had he run away before?
I take it this is the first...
Undoubtedly. Should he cause...
Yep. Did he steal anything?
Kimmy here.
Heavens.
Still, he must...
No, no.
When did he
When
vanish?
did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning...
Tell me about Kimmy here.
He's foreign. He doesn't...
All right, Cap.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we've talked to him. This is the investigation scene. So we won't do the imagination stuff until we've unlocked everything back here. So the first thing it says, go here. We've done this already, or we had done this.
Chewing tobacco.
Investigate all this. There's the boot.
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots.
Okay. Do we do this? Yeah. So this one, we have to do the superpower, knee print hiding.
Looks like a knee print. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Okay.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
With enough clues, Sherlock can use imagination. R beat in it. We're going to skip that for now. Then it said, go look at the trail, which we did. Wheel tracks, yep.
Could have left these tracks. They seem fresh.
Okay. And then it says investigate the back door.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
A lock with an unusual key, okay. Okay, now we go into the shack and we find the place where somebody fell, which is the first thing.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
Okay, found that. There's the telescope. Or the spyglass.
A small navy spyglass.
Okay. Find the brazier with the opium. That's this. There's the opium.
A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
We'll look at everything else in here.
Remains of a meal.
And the ashes.
The ashes are long since cold.
Okay. Find the tube on the other side. Okay. There's the cloth. Okay, and then it was like find the footprints underneath. There's no footprints here. No, there's no footprints to look at. Out of the way, Dr. Watson.
The rag reeked.
Okay. Oh, is it when we're looking at this, maybe? No, we can't look down. And then it... Okay, so there's no footprints that it's talking about. Right? What if we talk to...
Stenwick makes his servant live in a tool shed. You think you know someone.
Okay, he's just...
Do you think Kimmy here had an accomplice in his escape?
Yeah, but no footprints, right? Is there footprints on the inside? I don't think there were.
Is this
Nope.
tanning farm, a Maori water spoon, or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
Okay, so that's it basically says once you've seen the tube on the other side, speak to Stenwick. So we didn't even get like half of what we saw the last time. Okay. Provide evidence. And reveal the truth to him.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
He doesn't seem to care.
Where on earth are you going with this?
He doesn't care about any of this.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the
This is what he said the last time. Footprints.
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest, but I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
So we know that it wasn't him then, and that's why the imagination thing changes. Because that was wearing shoes. It still says provide evidence. Nope, that's different. London Advisor. Stenwick's Mansion. So here are the docks, chewing tobacco.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent. Are you joking? Why would I know this?
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimahir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco.
Okay, we only got 2 evidence out of that. Okay. And here's where we had trouble before. So, like, we pinned those 2 together, the spyglass and the chewing tobacco. And the footprints? Or the trail? It doesn't, and then it takes them away. See, I don't get this. So it says... So we spoke with him. He didn't give a damn about anything that we said. So now we'll do the imagination thing. Okay. But it's not all the imagination thing, because I know there's another setup of it in here. Okay. Different guy. Okay. But it's not all done because we know that the spyglass was not his. What was the other? Oh, this was the imagination scene. Okay.
No air coming through it.
Okay. So we did that. But there's one right here that we're supposed to be able to see, but it doesn't talk about that. We'll go ahead and do it. Because it's right here. Scrap of paper.
Scrap of Hessian. These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
Then the imagination for this one. It switches to two different things. Who was the one that actually fell? But it's still not the end of it. There's two other items, and I know what they are. Because we already had them unlocked. Let's see if we talk to him this time, if we can talk to him a second time. I don't know.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
Doesn't care.
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
Okay, we heard that before. This should unlock. Yep, it's unlocked the third one. We know that there was some stranger, and we know that there was a spyglass with that stranger. Okay. And then now, that should... No, it didn't unlock the third one yet. Which would mean that that might be still in here. Spyglass. Yeah, I don't think it's added anything.
A Maori nose flute. Kungurus, they're called. Clothes made of Hessian. Is Sten really so miserly?
Yeah, see there, it just added that in. So now we've gotten the next part. And we can see it was him dragging. He fell over because he was dragging, what's his name? So all of that's unlocked now. We finished up the investigation with that.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
But we can't get out to go see it because it says once you finish the investigation. Well, we'll speak to him one more time. But he should give us the key to be able to go through the door.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahir's?
Yes, I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
Okay, and that's it. Captain Stenwick has never seen his servant with it. So it appears to belong to somebody else. Nope, that was the spyglass, so. But yeah, at this point, we should have been given the key or have access to the door to be able to go out the back.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
And it talks about nothing. Yeah, there's no key.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
I don't know. I don't think the game is giving us the right prompt or whatever. Let's talk to Watson.
Yes, Denwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please try to...
He's saying the same thing we've heard before. Well, I think we're at a standstill because we can't. And then it just locks onto the one item. I don't think that it's... I don't think it's something we're doing. That's all from the other case. Spyglass. And... cloth and chimney. I don't know. No. And then it disappears. And then that's it. We can't make any more deductions. Yeah, it doesn't even talk about that. Yeah. That's a shame. I don't know. I want to say, let's do one more thing here. Let's close down the game. I want to quit out and then check to see if there's an update. I don't think there is, though. We'll just do this. We'll do it. Verify the integrity. Not that this has anything to do with that, but it'll if there's an update, it'll force that. So we'll see if it'll validate it. It shouldn't take long. Just a minute or so. And we'll see if it finds any update or anything like that. It's somebody wrote this, so they've been able to get past it, which I couldn't see it being any issue, but it's not giving us the prompts or anything. Unless they're very vague on their instructions and I'm not doing exactly one additional thing. Or some additional step that we don't see. Yeah, that was it. Nothing else. And I can show you here what I'm looking at, which is on the community tab. Actually, no, it's under game info, guides. This was the one I think had it. Let's just see something here. You can also, I guess we could watch the video walkthrough of this person. If the game doesn't work properly, doesn't launch, crashes, etc. But here, when you don't know what to do next, casebook, additional icons above it, it's all a hint about what you can do with it. Pinned evidence. Certain investigative actions require pinned evidence. In concentration mode, certain points of interest appear when you have the relevant evidence pinned. Okay. All right, let's try that then. Because right below that would have been the steps that we've already done. So maybe we have to do the investigate, like the focus mode with one of those items pinned. I hadn't done that, maybe. I don't know. It seems random that it must be explained somewhere. All right, let's go through. Yep. Okay, continue. It should just drop us right back to where we were. And if we can get through this, I think we'll call it for the day. Okay.
Why are you still here?
Okay, we've already talked to him. So let's pin this. And let's go back and look at... Because if that's all it is, and it's just you have to pin that item and then look at the door, that might be it.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Okay, it's pinned and we're looking with it. Ah, there it is. Now we've got it. That's what we were looking for before. Now how do I grab it? Look at that. That's it. Okay, now we get the imagination bubble. Okay, the guide was very vague about this. Okay, but it helped. So, where do we see that imagination bubble? Right here. Yep. Okay. So that was what we needed to do. And then the other one here that has like the footprints. So let's pin the evidence. Now let's look under here and see if we can find it. Up there we go. Footprints. Pile of logs, parallel tracks.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
All right. Now we've got everything completely opened up. There should be one more, like, there it is. Validate. That's the first time we've seen that. Oh. Okay. Okay, that was... I get it. They want you to validate with the right examples in your imagination. I get that. Okay. So let's go like this. I think that's what happened. Like the guy... Okay, this is better. No, he wasn't doing that. I think it was this. And then in here, it was this one. It was that. And then we go all the way over. And choose the correct one, which was this. So I think that right there is the whole.
Surveilling from afar,
There we go.
Intruder waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
There we go. Now, do we go tell this guy? It's funny, it wasn't the thing that we didn't need to know was the one thing that had nothing to do with the strategy guide other than the instruction. Read your stuff. I guess that's the end of the result. The game had nothing wrong with it. It's just I didn't understand how that little icon matched on the evidence. Okay, Camilla was intoxicated. Someone had eyes on Camilla. Okay.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
Camille was
I found a
intoxicated.
residue of narcotics in Kimahir's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know. Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I've already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Truly, there is no better evidence of a man's nature than the way he treats those who help him. And you, sir, are a brute. The cruelty of your ignorance about the Maori people, your selfish attitude to a man's kidnapping.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
All right, we got what we needed. He didn't like it. Let's see. Key. Oh, thank God. That's all we needed. There's a boat. So I guess we get a chance to look around this area. see what's down here. We're looking for the little car. Ah, there it is. Let's see. Oh.
Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimihia's cart, I gather.
The abductor's trail.
Professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair.
Sailor. What else? Should be one more thing. Oh. Oh, what do you say? Roy Galsby.
Well, it's odorless, but from the
I pressed it twice again.
Then we're in agreement. Well done.
Oh, well, we finished it. So that's, I guess we're on to the trail of the next part. But we've been on here long enough. That drove me nuts to get that answer. We've got it figured out. It plays well on Steam Deck. Like I said, it's going to be, I mean, here we're on epic settings and we're like 25, 35, 40 at sometimes. At low, we were locked 60. So I think you should toy around with like what you want to, play it at. You can conserve battery if you drop it down to 30. And this game doesn't really require anything more than that to really play. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, it's a nice experience, good looking game. I think there's probably a little bit more that they could put in like that tutorial, especially on the easiest level, to tell somebody like, hey, use this and this together. It didn't really seem like that was so clear, but we were able to figure it out by looking on Steam, which is great. So just go to the Steam guides or discussion area. Eventually you'll find your information, track down the evidence, whatever you want to consider it. It goes right along with Sherlock Holmes. So again, thank you everybody for watching. For those who hung out, greatly appreciate it. Definitely look for more for the channel. We've got over 600 games now on the playlist for the Steam Deck, so you can see a bunch of games that play on it that may have never been rated. Some that have, obviously some of the bigger ones, but lots of games that are newer that have never gotten ratings of verified or playable or unsupported. We've been able to check those out and put them up on the channel as videos. So appreciate everybody for stopping in. If you haven't already, give us a subscribe. Love to see you come back. If you haven't done that already, what are you waiting for? If you've watched any of the videos, definitely give them a like and a comment. Let me know what you like about them. And then otherwise, we'll see you the 13th. So on 2 days from now, right? Today's Tuesday, the 11th, 12th, 13th, Thursday for Pinball FX. That's going to launch on Steam, and we're going to be checking that one out. So that'll be the next live stream. But until then, folks, have a great day. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.